If you think that the MMA's reputation of being a very violent sport makes it all about buff dudes and aggressive men, think again. Women fighters have equally dominated inside the octagon and can definitely pack a punch. From Holly Holm's head kick from hell on Ronda Rousey to Jessica Andrade thunderously slamming Thug Rose right on her head, the women's division has given numerous highlight reels to savor for a lifetime. And we at Sportskeeda MMA are thrilled to present 5 of the most savage fighters that make fighting look damn beautiful. Number 5. Zhang Weili. Imagine getting shot by a .44 caliber bullet inside the octagon. Confused? Well, that's exactly how Zhang Weili's opponents feel whenever they get punched by her. That's the price you pay for getting fooled by the Magnum's diminutive 5'4" frame. Yup, don't judge a book by its cover. Zhang Weili took the UFC by storm as the second female UFC fighter from China to break into the top of the strawweight ranks. Weili was a natural martial artist ever since she trained under a local Shaolin Kung Fu master at only 6 years old. Since entering UFC, she's gone on to win the strawweight championship, the first ever from China to do so, amassing an insane 20-1 record. The Magnum went on to put up a bar burner of a match, you will need the dictionary for this, against former champ Joanna Jędrzejczyk, which resulted in Weili handing Joanna one of the most gruesome hematomas in combat sports history. Number 4. Joanna Jędrzejczyk. Jędrzejczyk. No, we pronounced it wrong. Or did we? Nah, we aren't the only ones having problems here. Before the likes of Weili, Andrade, and even Thug Rose, the OG of the strawweight division was Joanna Champion. At least that's what they called her because, like us, nobody could pronounce Jędrzejczyk. She entered the UFC at 6-0 and in her sophomore fight became the #1 contender for the strawweight strap. Joanna held the strawweight belt for 966 days after defeating Carla Esparza by TKO back in 2015. Joanna is a staple champion, using her Muay Thai background as she garnered over 60+ Muay Thai bouts, which includes 6 IFMA world medals. In the UFC, her elite-level cardio and willingness to exchange with any striker has earned her dominant victories over Jessica Panay, Jessica Andrade, and even fellow countrywoman Karolina Kowalkiewicz in front of a sold-out Madison Square Garden. Will ring rust be a problem for the former champ? If her historical savagery in the octagon is any indication, probably not. Number 3. Rose Namajunas. Now who doesn't love a good underdog story? Even more so if it involves a woman punching against all odds, quite literally. A thug in the octagon and one of the most unlikely champions in UFC history, Rose Namajunas is consistently the fighter we root for when her back is against the wall. So don't be surprised if you heard us scream, "You go girl," during her bouts. She's not a dominant champion, not like her teammate Kamaru Usman. But what Rose Namajunas has demonstrated time and time again is how to use resilience, toughness, and a litany of striking acumen to win championships. Under the tutelage of Trevor Whitman, Namajunas wrestled the strawweight belt from heavy favorites on 2 occasions. At UFC 217, the +350 underdog Namajunas stunned the sold-out MSG by disposing of the undefeated strawweight queen, Joanna Jędrzejczyk, in the first round by TKO and solidifying her champ status in the rematch a year later. Number 2. Amanda Nunes. A lioness is the primary hunter in a pride of lions, often capturing her prey with ruthless efficiency. That's exactly what Amanda Nunes is in the octagon. But this wasn't always the case. Nunes began her UFC career 8-3, hot off stints in Strikeforce and Invicta. Soon after, she suffered a TKO loss to Kat Zingano. That would be her last loss for over 7 years. The fact she is still the longest reigning champion in UFC history at 3,195 days is no small feat. Unfortunately, that came to an end at the hands of Juliana Peña. Now the 21-5 Nunes, still a champion, yet in a desolate division where competition is becoming thinner, might think about a rematch with Peña after they finish filming the next season of The Ultimate Fighter. Number 1. Valentina Shevchenko. She may be the most lethal woman in all of combat sports right now, period. From the age of 5, Valentina Shevchenko began her path to MMA greatness by starting with Taekwondo, then transitioning to Muay Thai, where at the age of 12, she allegedly knocked out a 22-year-old opponent, thus earning her the Bullet nickname from her trainer. Despite the 2 losses to Amanda Nunes early on, Shevchenko has defeated every other opponent inside the octagon, including wins over bantamweight champ Juliana Peña and former champ Jessica Andrade, and quite possibly one of the scariest head kick knockouts in UFC history against Jessica Ai. Holding almost every UFC record in the flyweight division, Shevchenko has held the flyweight belt for 4 years, defending it an astonishing 6 times. And if her recent finishing streak is any indication as to her future in MMA, it seems that she is only getting better as time goes on, just like fine wine. The 22-3 Shevchenko is set to face Taila Santos at UFC 275, hoping to add to her already Hall of Fame-worthy legacy. You know who else deserves to be in the Hall of Fame? You do! Don't forget to subscribe to Sportskeeda MMA so you don't miss out on the most exciting content from the MMA world. Thanks for watching.